Are you finna react to the internet is mad at Kai Cenat?
This may be an L tape, and I apologize in advance. But I couldn't see how niggas got into PewDiePie.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that. That's not ridiculous.
Well, guys, there seems to be an epidemic, and as a person who has a commentary channel on
That's
YouTube,
not ridiculous to say that.
Clearly, I think my opinion is far more important than it actually is, so I feel like it is my duty to talk about that epidemic to you guys because, you know, I'm sure you care about what I think. Over the last year or so, I'd say, but especially the last 3 or 4 months, I've seen a pretty significant rise in something on the internet, especially in the content creation / streaming world. It's become what I guess you could call a problem. It's not really a problem because
what's the problem, man?
Stuff like this doesn't really matter.
The problem is your fucking haircut.
Maybe a little bit. We'll get into that later. But
okay, that was uncalled for.
I feel like it's definitely affecting the integrity of content creation as a whole, and that means something to me, so here we are. Now, what's inspiring today's video, if you will, was a couple of days ago, a clip of Kai Cenat went viral on Twitter, where on stream he basically said he doesn't understand how anybody used to watch PewDiePie.
That's not, bro, that's not a ridiculous take.
PewDiePie, implying that his videos
damn,
were boring. And since PewDiePie was one of, if not the first content creators to really master the whole put your head down and let shit blow over method when it comes to getting out of controversy. These days, I feel like the average opinion on PewDiePie is relatively positive. So this comment came out of left field for seemingly no reason.
How did he get in trouble for saying the N-word? Hard R2. How? But I said this in the other video, but let me the nigga like Mr. Beast do that, he's canceled forever. Bro, okay.
Rubbed some people the wrong way. Now, I promise this is not going to be 10 minutes of me talking about what Kai Cenat said about PewDiePie, but just for context, I'll show you the clip, just so you have an idea of what actually happened. Please subscribe.
That shit was fire to me. Hold on. This may be an L take. What you finna say? This may be an L take, and I apologize in advance. But I couldn't see how niggas got into PewDiePie.
Bro, I don't. That's valid. That's valid.
I agree. I feel like I didn't watch him. When I looked into him, I'll be honest. That might be an L take though. You feel me? It be like that sometimes, but everybody's not for everybody. Cause some niggas might say that about
valid. Exactly.
For me personally though, I don't know.
Okay, so
this is his opinion though.
Obviously, nothing terrible is said. It is honestly a little worse in context. Usually, that's not the way these things go. Usually, things are cut out to make things sound a little bit worse than usual. Not that that's really applicable here. We'll get to that in a second. But I scrubbed through the 25 fucking hours of this stream to find where it was said. And right before this, Kai was talking about how Jake Paul and Team 10 used to run.
I saw some crazy in the chat
saying, yeah, PewDiePie was kind of ass is kind of weird, but who cares? But as I was saying, it's not like Kai really says anything too bad here. He's just giving his opinion. Says he doesn't know how somebody got into a YouTuber. Who gives a fuck? Not everybody's gonna like the same YouTubers. But a lot of people on Twitter did seem to really get upset about this. I've seen dozens
niggas getting mad because a nigga don't like a YouTuber they like.
Yeah, that was the intention. Rage bait has taken over the internet in a way that I have never seen it before. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Kai Cenat is the kind of content creator right now where everything that is coming out of his mouth, everything that he's doing, is being formulated by a team. He is basically like the Mr. Beast of streaming. This is not organic content. He has teams within teams of people looking for the most efficient ways to go viral, the best ways to get clips of him out there, people constantly looking for new and more effective ways to get people saying the words Kai Cenat. And every single fucking person on the internet plays right into it. Now look, rage baiting, engagement farming, clip farming, whatever you want to call it, it's nothing new. People have been making a fool of themselves or intentionally pissing other people off for views forever, but I feel like recently people have been able to take it to new heights. I feel like it's pretty fair to say that
now it's got a name to it.
In general, really, being genuine celebrities is still a relatively new thing. Sure, you can go back 10 years ago and there were a ton of content creators that were pretty big names and most of the people on the internet knew them, but these days you have guys guys like Kai Cenat showing up in fucking T-Mobile commercials with Snoop Dogg and Patrick Mahomes. You've got gambling commercials with Sketch and Drewski. You've got Mr. Beast partnering with one of the biggest companies in the world making a game show. I mean, things are different. These guys are no longer just internet names. It's just a different level of celebrity than we're used to seeing from people who got their fame off the internet. And with that, I feel like comes a new, basically free way to get your name out there more and more every day, and it's doing shit like Kai Cenat did with this clip. He says something that nobody's gonna care about, nobody's gonna remember after a few days, but is just controversial enough, just outside of the box enough that it pisses some people off, and then you've got free advertising on the front page of Twitter for the next 24 hours.
I don't think the nigga said that just to like get like a buzz on Twitter. I think he said that probably because he didn't watch PewDiePie. I don't know why it just made me have to turn to fucking this nigga wants money, but it don't matter.
Now, obviously, for the average content creator, even a relatively big content creator, something like this is not really going to work. You're going to have to say something more outrageous, more polarizing, something that produces more real emotions from people. But when you're one of the biggest content creators on the internet, every single thing you say is going to be seen by a lot of people. So anything that can be slightly polarizing is going to have this sort of effect. So when him saying something like this produces multiple tweets about him that all have millions
that nigga Cape is pissing me off.
It's really no wonder that a lot of smaller content creators try and reproduce this effect by saying crazier and crazier shit. But I mean, I feel like we've talked about that kind of rage bait a lot already. You know, the kind
I ain't never gonna do that.
Just
subscribe.
Trying to piss people off doing anything for a viral clip. Think like Jack Doherty. This, however, feels a little bit newer, a little bit different. And like, I'm not saying that it's worse by any means, because trust me, I would rather people just go crazy about anything that Dexerto tweets and get pissed off about it instead of, you know, a bunch of dumbasses harassing people with a camera for views. However, I do think this is an interesting thing to talk about, because I feel like in an era where media literacy is about to get extremely important, we are seeing it drop like a lot. To me, these sorts of clips are seeming to do to the 30 and under crowd what AI posts are doing to the like 50 and over crowd. People cannot tell anymore when they're being taken advantage of on the internet, it seems. And, you know, to be honest, I don't know if I can really blame them. I feel like this is one of those things where, since I basically deal with it every single day, I sometimes start to forget that the average person does not, and I have to remember that for it to make sense that most people would not think twice about shit like this, because I feel like the average person does not really fully grasp just how monetized every single thing on every single social media is these days. If you want to know why rage bait is so popular these days, it's because you can get paid money for basically any fucking thing that happens on social media now. That's why there's so many bot accounts on Twitter. That's why there's so many people on TikTok who will shill literally anything they can find in the TikTok shop. That's why half of every single Twitter comment section is just dudes who will sit around on Twitter all day long disagreeing with anybody who's willing to talk to them, trying to get as many conversations and as many impressions as possible. And it's why you've got guys like Kai Cenat probably paying Twitter accounts like Dexerto to take a 10-second clip out of a 25-hour-long stream to get people a little riled up. Social media is so damn lucrative these days that social media platforms will pay you for just about anything that you can do to keep other people on their platform for longer. And I mean, look, as a person who pays their bills through a form of that, I'm not necessarily complaining. However, I do think that it's gone a little far.
What are they talking about? What are they talking about?
Bias because I'm a YouTuber, but I feel like there is a distinctive difference between somebody making a YouTube video and then that person splitting the ad revenue gained from that video with Google. Because
I just saw popular MMOs in the chat. Yeah, I think it was the GOAT.
On Twitter all day, purposely trying to piss people off and get people into arguments because Twitter wants to reward you if you can get people.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, popular MMOs top fucking top 2 Minecraft YouTubers all time. I don't care. Nigga, Popular MMO is the best Minecraft YouTuber all time. I don't give no fuck.
sit on it all day,
I don't even
and
care.
argue with other people, continuing the cycle. Now, like, obviously, a lot of people were going to spend their days doing that anyways, but there has definitely been an increase in the amount of people willing now that you can make money
To
off
me,
it.
it's nobody
Anyways,
close.
I feel like I'm kind of getting away from my original point. Basically, why I wanted to make this video is because I feel like I'm starting to see stuff like this pretty frequently, and I mean, there's nothing that can really be done about it. They're going to continue to do this stuff because it's so damn effective and it's essentially free. Once you reach the level of fame that a guy like Kai Cenat is at,
I gotta move my thumb. Gotta move my face for the thumbnail.
you've got to do is say something, I don't know, slightly abrasive once every 3 weeks, and then you're gonna go viral on Twitter. 100 dumbasses, including myself, will make a video about you on YouTube.
Damn, bruh. Okay, I'm clicking. Fuck this video.